Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Behind the Fuse. Today, we've got good friend on, Caleb Goullet. Welcome to the potty, man.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks for having me aboard. It's cool to see what you've started from a long way back and let's see where this goes, eh?
Nah, thank you. Nah, it's a pleasure to have you on as well, bro. I guess we'll start off. Everyone who's probably going to be listening to this will jump on from the moto scene. So we'll start off. Where did you start off riding? Like, give me a little bit of a story as you grew up. How you really became the Terry.
Oh, yeah, that's two stories there. How I become Terry in the motocross scene. So it all sort of started in the family. Been racing for quite some time now, but I was never into it.
Yeah.
I was the youngest kid of four, and I just wasn't really ever into dirt bikes. I used to just ride, and sometimes we would rock up to the track, and my bike wouldn't even come out of the trailer. Like I was just there just for the vibes. It just wasn't really about it. And then sort of my older brother, Chris, started to stop racing. And then Tyler had his accident.
Yeah.
He was in a coma for 2 weeks. So that was pretty, bit of a shock to the family. And then my sister sort of stopped racing as well. And then sort of started to realize I actually enjoy this sport. And then I actually started taking it a bit more seriously. That was when I found supercross. And I love jumping.
Yeah.
And I love flowing on bikes. I love throwing whips. And that's sort of where that sort of started. So I started doing supercross from a young age, about 16, and sort of where it took me. At 17, I went to America for about 8 weeks with Taylor Potter and trained with Justin Brayton and all that.
Yeah.
Come home, had a bit of a shocking season, but and then moved over with Jai Constantino to MTF 2018, 2019, and spent quite some time in America.
Yeah.
That was actually where the motocross side come into. I thought, I'll go back into a bit of motocross.
So did you start with supercross originally and then go into motocross?
Well, I still raced motocross as a young kid. I still raced Vic titles, but I never ever raced like an Aussie title. I never trained properly for it. The only thing I really trained properly for was supercross.
Yeah.
And then 2018 was my first season, and I to be honest, I sucked at motocross. I'd never done well at it.
Yeah.
I was a top 15 guy in MX2, but I was never. That was my best result was a 12th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was never got close to top 10. So, sort of where it took off, and now here we are.
Yeah, no, sweet. Take us through your time in America and how that shaped you as an athlete, as the athlete you are today, really. And give us an overview of some of the funnier memories you've got from over there as well.
Man, America was a massive eye opener. Like that joint's insane. Anything that comes to sports and stuff like that. We rocked up to we weren't even qualifying. It was just we went there for a race. It was for a Loretta Lynn's qualifier.
Yeah,
and we rock up and there is more cars and more bikes in the pits I've ever seen in my life.
True.
It is out of control. This is just an area qualifier.
Yeah.
And man, they're short races. We used to they do 3-4 lap races. And in Australia, we do decent motos, but when you go to pro over there, it's obviously a lot bigger races. But yeah, man, we had some fun. We had some fun in America, grinding, riding 5 days a week and 2 days off. By the time you want to go do some fun shit and explore America, you're pretty rooted. You know what I mean? So America was fun. But that sort of took off from there. 2018, 2019, and then back into supercross. And I haven't raced motocross since 2022. I think it was my last season.
Yeah. Do you reckon it'll be the last one forever, or you'll make a comeback down to the old?
Well, actually, I was going to potentially race it this year.
Yeah.
But obviously, I opened up a business last year locally in Sunbury, and it just didn't realize how much time it's going to take up. And I had some plans to race motocross this year, even if it was a couple of rounds, but it just wasn't going to work. It's just hard in Australia. It's try selling something to a sponsor of racing out in middle of nowhere.
Do you want to talk about that as well? Because I feel like you're really good with all that stuff, getting sponsors, and I feel like you've almost made a breakthrough in the industry in a way. You're one of the only privateers, in a respectful way, obviously, that can really pull together these deals and make a full season of racing happen, whereas a lot of others struggle. So is there any advice that you could give to younger riders, up-and-coming riders, or people who do want to make something of it and go full-time with it?
Well, I see it as obviously you got to put the work in, you got to be fast, you got to be fit, you got to be everything. But at the end of the day, if you're running your own program and being a privateer, you're a sole trader.
Yeah.
You've got to treat it as a business as well. I don't think there's many other privateers. I make money racing in Australia. And there's people don't believe it because they're like, no one makes money as a privateer.
Yeah, even you telling me that
yeah,
now, I
no,
don't
I'm
believe
just
it, bro.
like,
That just
well,
sounds wild.
I feel like I
Yeah.
can just put something together good. I keep good connections with sponsors. I actually give back to them. I feel like a lot of people in our industry think that's, oh, give to me and that's it. Like, oh, I can ride a dirt bike fast. But at the end of the day, no one gives a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just got to give them an experience and give them something
Yeah.
and make them feel a part of what you're doing. And it blows out more than just, I can ride a dirt bike fast and get results. Like, you got to, like, social media is a big tool nowadays. And anyone who says that, oh, I don't want to get stuck in it, like, social media life, but at the end of the day, it's just the way the world's going.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
rather you get on board or you get left behind.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you seen like a spurt as well? Like, obviously, I'm fairly out of the motocross, supercross scene these days, but when I do look back at it now, there's a lot of riders that are building up a following. And like, obviously, with you being in the industry, have you found more opportunities open up for privateer riders and even factory teams, for example? Do you feel like the industry's on a down slope at the moment?
I honestly reckon it's coming up.
Yeah, okay.
It definitely did have that downslope for a while, COVID and everything. And then like supercross and motocross and all motorsports or everything was huge when you could have cigarette brands and alcohol on board.
Yeah.
And obviously it hasn't been the same. I think the last was like 2013, maybe around then. That's when motorsports was huge. People were getting good income, stuff like that. But nowadays, I reckon it's on the way up. I feel like a lot of actions, like you said, like Ureve's got quad lock and stuff like that. Like that's all getting on board. Like I feel like the monster scene and Red Bull like being pretty competitive. They're building up a lot of exposure to the sport.
Yeah.
And in Australia, it's starting to grow. Like I did just see the other day that I didn't even know about it. It was a new Honda privateer program that Reese Budd and there's a few other guys that are on.
Wow,
Like it's
true, yeah.
It's pretty cool to see stuff like that pop up.
Yeah, that is cool.
Especially to do a whole motocross season like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think it's coming up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
true.
Yeah.
What do you think currently still is the biggest problem within the sport that you think that's probably going to be pretty easy to fix, or it might be a bit of a challenge to fix, but something that if it did get corrected, then it would just change the industry forever? Because I know you're pretty on top of all that stuff. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So I reckon this one was probably going to hurt a few people, but I honestly think it's more like lower people. It's not that they're doing it wrong, but they promote so much for getting so little.
Yeah.
That sponsors are like, well, why would I sponsor this guy that's racing at Marvel Stadium when I'm not getting as much? When I can sponsor Joe Blow's racing in Western Titles and I'm getting my brand and my company plastered all over Instagram, all on their bikes and stuff like that. But it's like, at the end of the day, like us racing, we can't sell ourselves cheap.
Yeah,
you know
of
what I mean? Like we
course.
can't go and slap a logo on a bike for like $500 a weekend.
No
Like
way. Talk about how much it actually costs as well to go racing, because I feel like a lot of these sponsors, they don't actually realize what's involved and how much effort it takes from driving across the country to having a practice bike to your race bike, a mechanic, everything involved with it. Especially like you would know this now, you would have always known this, but especially more so having THRVE Centr now, the whole recovery side of things. Like it really is a full-time job to be a racer. Yeah, and you don't get paid like it if you're not on a factory team.
Yeah.
Which is, it's pretty devastating, to be honest, because it's one of the most committed environments like in sporting, I reckon. Like everyone there, it's so tight knit. Everyone wants to be the best, but everyone also wants to help each other be the best. So it's like it's a rare industry in a way from that aspect.
Yeah. It's very hard because you gotta have skill, you gotta be fit, and you gotta have big balls.
Yeah.
So it's trying to find a sport that's like that. You know what I mean? Like fear's not a thing. Like don't think, just do. You know what I mean? Like it's what was the question again?
Oh, well, I've gone back on it now, honestly. It's slipped my mind, but that's all good.
It's expensive, the sport.
Yeah, the expense,
It is very expensive. Like by the time you're traveling to each race, like we're racing Queensland, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and I'm pretty sure I heard something like this. We might be going to Perth and New Zealand. That's the talk I've been hearing. Like, like that's expensive. I'm lucky that my old man owns a transport business, so I can send a bike on a truck up to Queensland and stuff like that. But like, and I get very good support from KDM, Gas, and then Elliott Bros. They supply me a lot of stuff. They're pretty much my title sponsor. They were last year. Yeah, probably will be this year. I have very good connection, very good support from them. They supply me a mechanic. They pay for all my travel, everything. Yeah. Yeah, it is expensive. Like if you were just a privateer that's this year I'm going to race Supercross, man, you got to have deep pockets. You got to have deep pockets. Like it's expensive.
Yeah. 100%. Well, let's jump back to when you were growing up. Was there any like standout moments throughout your life that taught you the discipline, the motivation, the work ethic you have? Because honestly, like you were so committed to the sport. I don't even think you realize it at times. Like you just always want to be there, be at the races,
Yeah, yeah.
and just have fun with everyone, which is cool. But was there like a time in your life when you were growing up where you gained these life skills and have helped you in a certain way? Like, is there a standout moment or?
I think it was probably the point where, like I'm pretty well known in the sport, I think just because I've been in for so long. And then I've got that sort of, everyone knows me as Terry. But I think it was the point where your parents stop paying for stuff.
Yeah.
And this is where it's like, well, rather I keep racing and be committed to it. And this is where I had to be like pretty like optimistic and look for sponsorships and look for like partners and stuff like that. And that's what sort of made me tick into this new thing of like it's pretty much a business. Like as much as you got to train, race, and like there's a lot of people that have gone from being factory riders. Like I've been on a team before, like Empire Kawasaki.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about how it was being on a team as well?
Yeah.
As well as first being a privateer, and if it was everything that it's hyped up to be, or in a way that you can, obviously, without getting yourself in trouble and being honest. But I'd love to know the difference.
It's definitely makes it a lot easier in the aspect where you can just show up to a race, go home. Like it's you do your job, you leave. I was injured, so the first day I rode that bike, I broke my triquilium in my hand.
True.
And I still raced that weekend. And then I crashed at that race. So I never actually ended up with any good results riding for Empire.
Yeah.
I crashed that race and then bruised the bottom of my heel. And then I went out and raced Marvel without any riding because my wrist and my heel.
Do you want to talk about that crash at Marvel? That'll be a good one for the clip.
Yeah. that was a pretty funny one. I was actually in a pretty heated battle. I think it was Brock Flynn, I believe it was. And we passed each other like 4 times. I was just over it. And I've come into this section and a bit of roosters hit my helmet and it's dropped my visor. And I was in the moment. This is like the don't think, just do. I'm like, I've hit this rhythm all section all day. I know what these jumps are. So in my head, I thought if I just jump everything, like jump how, like,
off feel almost.
Off feel. I'm going to be fine in the air. I'm going to smack that peak off.
Yeah.
And it didn't go that way. Technique, when you don't see your technique goes out the door, your sense of where you are, I veered off to the right. And then I realized I'm not good here. I've cased the triple out, like blindfolded, and just got ejected off the bike. And I had a plate in my collarbone from a few years ago. And I ended up snapping the plate, snapping the collarbone. I think it was an SC joint. So I got a plate now, goes from my SC joint all the way to my PC.
Yeah.
No, my AC. And it's just pretty much the longest possible plate you can have in your shoulder.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
That ruined me. But yeah, that was not a good crash. I remember picking my bike up and my shoulder was pretty much stuck, like left on the ground. I thought I was fine, and then that's when I realized it's no good. But yeah, what comes with riding for a team like that is just like a team is just a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Like to do good.
How did you deal with the pressure? Was it something that you dealt with calmly, or was it something that was a bit of a challenge going from a privateer for all these years and kind of doing your own thing to all of a sudden being told what to do and how to operate as an athlete? It'd be it'd be a change.
It was different, but I felt like I didn't really get to experience it as much because I already started that with an injury.
Yeah.
Like first day riding on a bike, I was injured.
Yeah, true.
So that's what it was more not so much about the team, it's more about myself now. It was like, it's like, fuck, I've just gotten injured first day riding this bike and I'm just racing injured. I'm doing everything injured. I couldn't train properly. So it sort of all went out the door. But so that was a bit of a pain. But yeah, I hear it from a lot of people how like easy it is, how teams do so much for you.
Yeah.
But the pressure that comes with it. And then when you step back into a privateer role, you're just like, holy shit, I didn't realize how easy I had it on a team.
Yeah,
like it's when you're a privateer, you got to chase up sponsors. You got to be finding sponsors. You got to be doing your bike work. You got to be doing everything. Like it's a lot. I've been doing so much cycling lately. Like I love cycling. Like the culture around Macedon, where I live, Mount Macedon is massive
a beautiful
for cycling.
spot as well.
It's unreal, and it's like you start to realize it's like fuck. You can see why people do other sports because you ride your cycle bike. When you're done, you put the bike in the garage and that's it.
Yeah, you don't have to friggin' prepare the thing for the next day, wash
it's
it.
like dirt bikes, you're washing them, changing tires, air filters, changing oil, you're checking over every bolt. Yeah. It's so much.
And this is something you do after every ride as well. That's another thing that adds up on cost, and people don't realize. Yeah. It's like, fuck, by the end of the a 4-round supercross season, you'd be probably spending at least $100,000 to get everything together minimum.
Well, by the time after every day on supercross, people don't realize how much like tires get chewed out in whoops.
Yeah.
With supercross, and like you're literally changing a rear tire nearly every day.
Yeah.
You're changing your oil every day from your clutch, like through the whoops, and you want that because supercross is so jumpy and it's such a ballpark. No, there's such a small margin for error that you don't want anything going wrong. Like I've had chains snap on me at the end of the whoops. I've had bikes cut out at the like entry of a rhythm. Like it's the worst feeling. The worst feeling when your front end dives and the only thing you've got is to jump off the bike.
Yeah. So, have you ever done the old run out of fuel midair trick?
Yeah, I've done that once. Yeah. I was 15 on a Sierra front 50 at Ride Park and the big step up. And my bike ran out, fuel in the air.
Straight over the bars, eh?
Oh, ever since that day, I've had this thing, no matter how small of a ride I just had, I'm always filling my bike up.
Yeah.
Even if I'm only putting 100 million, it's just
a mindset
burnt in my head. Yeah, just fill my bike up no matter what.
Yeah. No, 100%. Well, let's jump into THRVE Centr because that's a new thing. And honestly, like I don't know if people even expected that from you. It was just so for me. I mean, it was like random. You popped up with THRVE, and it's so cool, man. Like just coming down, visiting the recovery centre, seeing the team you've got as well. Like, mate, you just kitted out in all aspects of the business. It's so cool. Like social presence is unreal. Your team's doing really cool things, and talk about how you got started with THRVE, how the idea originated in the first place, and then what was next.
Well, I was sort of thinking I was sort of at a point. So I was in a long-term relationship for about 7 years.
Yeah.
And when I broke up with my partner, I was a little bit lost. I was like, what do I do?
Yeah,
like
true.
Living in this thing, am I just living in like a wheelie land, just, racing dirt bikes? Because that's all I cared about. Yeah. Like I lived every day. Was like my motto was shred till dead. Like
as long as you can ride, it's the funnest
that's
lifestyle,
all I cared
man.
about. And it was like I don't even care if I die. Like that's like racing dirt bikes. Like it's
a mindset you have to have though.
Yeah. It's
well.
like I just loved it. And then I sort of went through that, and it was a big eye opener. It was a big shock. And then I was like, man, I need to start something. And then sort of started looking into things. What should I do? And then I started thinking, there's no recovery center in Sunbury.
Yeah.
And that's when it clicked. I thought, you know what? Like everywhere I travel, there's one. And I was like, if I don't open this now.
You're seeing a gap in the market. And you have to act fast.
If I don't open this now, someone else is going to do it.
Yeah.
So I just put all my eggs into one basket. And just within a week and a half, I literally had this business.
It's not a small warehouse either. No. You've gone all out with it. Like there'd be some hefty overheads associated with it, bro.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. People try to relate us to a gym all the time, but it's like a gym, you buy the equipment and that's it. Yeah. All you got to do is pay stuff. Like our overheads are huge. Yeah. Huge. Like man, like it's a lot of money and it's a big risk.
Does it ever scare you to freaking have that much risk involved in one thing? Like if anything happened, or are you pretty calm about it all, and you just know what you're doing is working out and is gonna work out the way you want, so you just keep putting the effort in?
Well, I see it as this. There's a lot of things. Like I learned a lot from I have a lot of close people with me like that are like big into business, like even my old man and stuff like that. You can go and stress about it, but stress is when you know you haven't done enough.
Exactly. Yeah, that couldn't be any more true. I was literally saying that to someone on the phone today who's sitting there going, stuff's not working out at the moment. I'm like, well, are you doing everything you need to be doing? It's like the small things, like even like the podcast, man. It's like you get to get shit done no matter what.
You just got to do it. You got to pull the trigger. And I think now a lot of people are too scared to just go for it. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like time's only ticking. You're gonna get old and you go, fuck, I wish I should have just done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been a big shift and it's been a big move. I had a lot go on. I was a business partner and things like 1 week in just didn't work out. We didn't see. Sort of just had different ideas and where we wanted the business to go. So then I was a 23-year-old guy who pretty much took on this big business. I'd never owned a business in my life. Like I've run a Serico a little bit on the side, raced dirt bikes.
You've always had that like entrepreneurial thing about you, like even with the coding thing, like all the little bits and bobs. It's quite cool, man.
And it's funny. It's like some people would just say to me, like, do you even know what you're doing? I said, no. Like, I'm going to be honest, mate. I've been thrown in this deep end. I was meant to be guided in a way and I didn't. I said, mate, I'm learning just as much as you are. Like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't have a go, you'll never know. And
exactly.
So I just learning on the way, and it's the best way to learn is just do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you're not going to learn sitting there and in the shadows thinking, fuck, what if?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Imagine sitting there and saying what if, and then fucking your life goes by and you've done nothing.
Yeah, and someone else builds one and watch that succeed, and, you know, it's like, fuck. But I just pulled the trigger and I said, this has to happen. And it's honestly been one of the best, probably the best move I've made in my life.
Yeah, huge.
I've learned so much from it.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned so far?
Business, 100%.
Business
just taught me so much. It made me like.
What aspects specifically?
A lot like what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
What really how smart you are. I dropped out of school when I was 15. I became a bricklayer. Like I was racing dirt. Like I knew
the old Silesian, hey?
Yeah. Like I finished year 9. School wasn't for me, and it's just like your close mates. Like, you know, like who's really there? Like, when it comes to you starting up a business, it's like everyone just disappears.
And no one to buy it.
It's like having a supercross track. Everyone disappears, and then when it comes to supercross season,
they're all back.
Yeah, when they want to come to your place, they're all of a sudden your mate again. Like,
goodness.
it's quite the same. And but yeah, the recovery center is awesome. We got a lot of big plans in the pipeline. We just bought some land to expand in Sunbury, so it's I'm excited for the future.
Yeah. Where do you see THRVE going in the future? Do you want to take it Australia-wide, globally, or at the moment just focus on local regions, etc.?
I definitely want to go Australian-wide.
Yeah.
We've already sort of started putting into a bit of a blueprint in place of the business direction we want to go. And to me, the vision is just like it's painted. Like it's in my head. I know everything is going to happen, and we actually were going to open up another location in Melton.
Yeah.
But we scaled back on that because we wanted to get the first location down pat. We found some flaws in it. And we're working on that to build just pretty much a bulletproof facility and duplicate that next one.
Yeah, and
I feel like
have one really good base one that can just be transferred across all locations. No, that's really cool.
I feel like that's going to grow the business really fast once we get that place bulletproof.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going to just multiply.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about some of the recovery tools you've got? Like, you've got the hyperbaric chamber now, bro. Like, is there anyone else that's even got one of those that you can just go to for the day if you wanted to? Or?
Yeah, there are, but they're more city-based.
Oh, okay, true.
So a lot where we are, there's nothing where we are.
Yeah, but absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Like I think it's like half an hour. Like is the closest one.
Yeah.
Obviously it's expensive. It's a big tool.
Yeah.
It's a big load. That was almost like starting a business again. That was
really?
Like buying that was
how much
like,
does one of those things cost, man? Like roughly, you don't have to give the
between 50 to 70 grand.
Yeah, that's friggin' pretty dear.
Yeah, and that was like I felt like I was starting a business again. I was like,
bro.
Man, this is has to work.
Yeah.
Like if this doesn't work, it'll put us to the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he will lashed out, and it was. One of my mates kept saying to me for a while, man, you should get a hyperbaric chamber. My mum wanted one. My mum's like, you should get one. I'm like, it's just too much. And I don't know about the market here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then my mate came in, he dropped me off some lunch, and he goes, have you looked into hyperbarics lately? And I said, no, actually I haven't. I looked it up. Business is doing okay at the moment. Looked it up, and that day I had a call, and within 2 weeks I had one at my door.
Yeah.
And I just pulled the trigger.
That just shows speed. Like, you make a decision fast. You don't dwell or think about it, and you get shit done. Like, that's one of the things. Like, everything you've just explained to me, from like thinking about the concept of THRVE to just straight away starting it, like it's just super fast into doing things and taking action. And really, if it fails, at least you know and you've learned from it.
Yeah.
And you can move on to the next thing, which is huge. So.
Exactly. So Yeah, don't think, just do. That's one of the things I go off by quite a bit.
Yeah.
The more you think about it, the more you ponder, the more you think about the negatives, the what could go wrong. You got to focus on how is this going to work, and focus on it's going to work.
Yeah.
Not think about the negatives and think about downsides of everything.
No.
I feel like a lot of people focus on too much on that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where their vision goes.
Yeah.
When
true.
you focus on the positives and you focus on what it can actually be, that's where it's pretty much like a dirt bike.
Yeah.
You look where you're going, that's where you're going. You look down and look at all the small things, that's when the accidents happen.
Yeah. No, 100%. Well, throughout your career, like you've been quite the resilient person, like starting THRVE as well as we just spoke about to racing motocross. How do you think resilience compares to talent? Do you think resilience over trumps talent? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
I think if you just stick it out long enough, everything works out.
yeah,
Like there's been times where I'm not gonna lie, like there's times I'm like, I don't even know how we're gonna pay our bills at the end of this month.
yeah,
But I don't know what it is. If I live just a random lifestyle or something, something just always goes in my favor, everything just works out.
yeah,
And I feel like that's just me sticking to what I know so far as 25-year-old, and just doing everything I can, and it sort of works its way. But I feel like resilience is definitely a big thing.
yeah.
Trusting the process and trusting what you can do, and a lot of belief in yourself. And
He's huge.
yeah,
Yeah, and that will take you to where you need to get to.
yeah,
Hey?
yeah.
No, massive. How different is being a business owner to a professional athlete, or is it pretty similar in a lot of ways? Like, it's a pretty big change. Like, it's like,
Yeah, I feel like I'm a type of person where I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
I think I'll say something to someone, like I actually do not give a fuck.
yeah,
Like and there's times where it's probably caught me out in business where I've not gave a fuck, and but then there's times where people are like, because I'm the most anti-woke person you ever meet.
yeah,
And they're just going, I just like your like energy, because everyone's trying to be this, doing everything perfect.
Yeah.
And is where it's like, man, if I do something wrong, like who gives a fuck? Like we're all human.
Yeah, it's
Like just
all
because
about
I'm
giving it a crack.
yeah, everyone just thinks because you're a business owner, you should know everything. You should be
Yeah.
the rich. Like it's not how it is. Like
Not at all.
everyone's learning. Like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah. I think it comes down to a lot of, like I think that's what goes in my favor as well, is not giving a fuck.
Yeah, of course.
Like yeah, I think that helps out a lot.
Yeah, of course. No, awesome. I've covered a lot of the questions I had for the potty today, but we'll jump into one more. How important is environment for success? Like, have you found that to be a huge factor throughout your life? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely being surrounded. Right now, I'm surrounded by a very good bunch of people. Like, my old boy is very, very knowledgeable. One of my really long mates, he owns a big fabricating company, Jake Coney,
Yeah.
JK's Fabrication. He's very knowledgeable as well. My mum's very supportive. I've got a few members that are like, they always give me tips. They always say,
Yeah.
oh, look, this is going on. What do you reckon we can improve on this? Like I've had like people that within the business that were very narrow-minded.
Yeah. Okay.
Think they know everything.
Yeah, that's a huge no.
And mate, no one knows everything.
Nah,
No one.
not
And it's
one
like,
person.
I always say this is like,
If there was people that knew everything, consultants would be out of a job in
Oh,
no
mate,
time.
mate. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I always say this. I say a little 6-year-old kid can come up to you and say something to you. It can be the most simplest thing. It's not even, but
Yeah.
it's the way you read it and see it. He
Yeah,
goes,
it's huge.
it could be like,
That's everything.
hey buddy, what is your business? And then you
Yeah.
go, mate, what is my business?
Yeah.
And then that opens up like a
A
massive,
whole new wave of
yeah,
thought
it's
patterns.
just being very optimistic and open-minded
Yeah.
goes a long way. And I feel like that's the people I surround myself with.
Yeah.
And doers and people that actually want to see something grow,
Yeah.
not just be there for the
ride.
ride. And
Yeah,
like
and
it's
the
yeah,
payoff. It happens a lot. Eh?
yeah, it happens so much. Like people are just act like they're helping you, and then they're just there to, you know, take the fame or take whatever and
Yeah.
take their side of the money, or it's like
Hey,
crazy.
What can
And you
do?
see it happen so much. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, is there any advice you'd give to anyone trying to reach an elite level in any field? For example, like obviously we've mentioned like everything with what you've done before. Like, is there any advice you could give to someone who wants to get to where you are?
Well, you can definitely get a lot further than where I am now. Look at like the Lawrence brothers, and there's a lot of fast people in Australia. There's a lot of faster people than me, but I feel like it's just being very committed.
Yeah.
Being very committed. Doing everything to a T, all your training, everything, like it all adds up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Every 1%.
And there's always someone that's training harder than you, always.
Yeah.
But it's piecing everything together. Experience is definitely a big thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's always just being accountable.
Yeah.
And just not blaming everyone else, and just get it done. You know what I mean?
Of course. What are ways you keep yourself accountable?
Never missing.
Yeah.
So there's like, so yesterday I actually so I'm actually on a cycling program at the moment.
Yeah, true.
And I knew if I miss one cycle, I'm gonna be like, oh, well, I've missed one. It's all right.
Yeah.
And like me and my mate did a massive cycle on Saturday. We did 170 Ks. We rode from
Oh, wow.
Port Melbourne to Safety Beach and back. And then the next day I had to do a recovery cycle. And it was on Saturday. And I was like, phew. Like I'm at 380 Ks for the week on a cycle bike. And I'm like, if I miss this cycle, like I should probably not do it because I'm riding my dirt bike today.
Yeah.
But I ended up missing it because I wanted to ride my dirt bike. But I was like, you know what? Dirt bikes is sort of my job. Cycling is on the side. But now, I feel like when you miss something, you fall into a habit. Goes, I've missed it once.
Yeah, and you kind of...
I've missed this one. I hope that's not a habit.
We'll finish off on this last question. What does success mean to you? And what does success look like to you?
I knew you would ask this question. I feel like everyone has a different, like, in their head, an idea of what success is. For me, I feel like I'm never satisfied. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've reached, like I was speaking to David Tutterman, who runs my big sponsor from Elliott Bros, and we ate Nando's last night, and he's like, "You gonna race again this year?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just not satisfied." And he goes, "But you're never gonna find that." He goes, "You're always gonna go get to where like success is."
Yeah.
And to you, that's not successful anymore. You want more. You want more. But I feel like that's an entrepreneur mindset.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you've got that, like you can keep going and going.
It's a real growth mindset.
Yeah. Like you've reached somewhere and it's feels like enough for like maybe a week or however long, but then it's just not enough.
Yeah, it gets like that.
I guess that's what happens with me with business and racing and anything. So yeah, that's I don't know where success is.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people is buying a house, a lot of people is owning a business, a lot of people is going for their first 10K run, 5K run. Yeah. Everyone's different. But for me,
success can mean different to everyone. Yeah.
For me, I honestly don't know where the roof is.
Yeah, fair, bro. Well, it was a pleasure to have you on, Caleb. Thanks for coming on. Give THRVE a shout out, the socials, etc. Everyone go check out THRVE Centr in Sunbury. Amazing spot. And if you ever need any video content, photo content, Fuse Collective Media, hit us up. We'll look after you. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks, Jackie boy. Cheers. Appreciate it.